you for joining us here tonight on Halton News. It's Monday, April 20th, and I'm Jessica Kading. There have been 439 confirmed and probable cases of COVID-19 reported by the Halton region, and according to the provincial government's website, 16 Halton residents have passed away as a result of this virus. While it's also important to note that many have fully recovered. 16% of those in the region who contracted the virus did so in a long-term care setting. Things may be looking up soon, however, as the province released their latest projections, suggesting that we may have been in the peak right now, and hopefully with continued physical distancing measured in place, we will soon start to see the spread lessening. That doesn't mean that the battle is over. Halton Healthcare is currently working to transform unused areas of Oakville-Trafalgar Memorial Hospital to create a field hospital for COVID-19 patients in case the crisis worsens. The completion of this field hospital will result in 260 additional hospital beds. Oakville-Trafalgar Memorial Hospital says they are also in urgent need of 4 patient monitors and 6 ventilators. Their foundation is requesting public donations. If you can contribute, please visit haltonhealthcare.on.ca. The City of Burlington wants to remind residents that even though some essential spring maintenance will begin in city parks, all amenities will remain closed, including playgrounds, sports fields, skateboard areas, tennis, and basketball courts. The city also has signage and barricades in the entrances of parking lots to block vehicles from parking. Vehicles left in parking lots will be towed at the owner's expense. Walking is still permitted in Spencer Smith Park, including along the promenade and the pier, but walking only. You're asked not to run, rollerblade, or bike through the park. This is in an effort to reduce the number of people within the park and maintain those physical distancing laws. As the House of Commons resumes today, not everyone is happy with how Parliament is expected to function. The Conservative Party of Canada is asking for more in-person meetings in the House. Melissa Candelaria spoke with Wellington-Halton Hills MP Micheal Chong to discuss in more detail what this would look like.
And then let's go into it a little bit with regards to Parliament. So we got to, work's got to continue during this crisis situation. And I know that House of Commons has resumed, where we're back to work, but there was some contention upon how it was going to function, and there's still contention upon that. So talk about why your party is not really liking how the function is going to occur as it stands now.
Well, it's a minor disagreement about details. We believe that Parliament should sit 2 days a week rather than just 1 day a week. And the reason is the following. Parliament is essential. At the end of the day, in our system, in our society, we have 3 fundamental principles on which everything is based. One is the rule of law, the other are human rights and freedoms, and the third is our democratic system, our parliamentary system of government. And it's now been 5 weeks since we've had a regular sitting of the House of Commons. Literally $184 billion has gone out the door in emergency sessions, and we need to ensure that the opposition is there to ask the questions of the government. Democracies have long proved that when there is an opposition, the government does a better job of saving lives and saving livelihoods. And so we're simply asking that about 30 MPs go to Ottawa for 2 days a week rather than 1 day a week to ask questions of the government to make sure that Canadians are informed about what's going on. For example, very simple questions like, are the new emergency benefits supporting everyone? Because we're hearing that some Canadians, some businesses are falling through the cracks. Another question is, many seniors are isolated and feel left behind. What are we doing to ensure that vulnerable seniors are being taken care of? Another question that needs to be asked, why were so many masks and gowns disposed of only several months ago? And why was there no plan to replenish the national stockpile? These are the kinds of questions that the opposition needs to ask the government in the House of Commons. We can only do that if we can sit 2 days a week.
Well, it's my understanding too, though, that there are the hope is to also set up some virtual sessions, and if you look down to the provincial and municipal level, like our municipalities here in across Halton, in fact, are doing a virtual model. They're doing their regular council meetings virtually. They're coming together in a virtual way. Why does that not work for you federally?
Well, we're open to looking at virtual sessions, virtual sittings of Parliament, but there are technical challenges to overcome. Many of our MPs do not have access to reliable broadband internet that would allow them to connect. It's a vast country with 338 MPs. Many of them live in regions of the country where there is no reliable broadband access. But setting that aside, I'm sure these technical hurdles can be overcome. At the end of the day, there's nothing that can replace a sitting of Parliament. The Liberals know this. That's why the Liberal government has proposed that we sit one day a week. We're simply saying, look, if we're going to come to Ottawa for one day a week, let's make it 2 days a week. I don't see what the difference is between meeting on just a Wednesday or meeting on a Wednesday and a Thursday to hold the government accountable. We can do it in a way that respects social distancing guidelines. I went up for 2 emergency sittings in the last several weeks where we had 30 MPs in a chamber that can hold 338 MPs. So 90% of the seats were vacant. That allowed us to respect the social distancing guidelines. We operated on a skeletal staff of only essential staff. Fewer than 50 staff were present to run the entire operation. And so we respected the social distancing guidelines that health authorities have recommended, while at the same time ensuring that there was greater accountability for the government.
Once again, that was Micheal Chong, MP for Wellington-Halton Hills, speaking with our Melissa Candelaria. Now, this wasn't the end of their conversation. They also spoke about the priorities for the Conservative Party in the House and what the future may hold in manufacturing. To watch the full discussion, visit our website at yourtv.tv. A new online donation platform for small businesses called Distantly.ca has been created, which allows members of the community to directly donate to local businesses. The idea is to offer support during the COVID-19 crisis. If you're a small business owner, you do need to register with Distantly.ca in order to receive the donations. To do so, please visit Distantly.ca and click Add My Business in the top right-hand corner. If you have an Oakville business, you'll want to do this before April 27th, as the Oakville Economic Task Force will be promoting the launch of Distantly.ca in Oakville next week. Last week, we brought you a feel-good story about a public school in Oakville being named after a prolific resident, Dr. David R. Williams. We were able to get in touch with the retired astronaut over the weekend and had a quick chat about the school and what his hopes are for the future of learning.
First of all, it's a tremendous honor. You know, I was quite surprised when I got the call. It's also very humbling because part of the goal that I've had throughout my career is to be able to work with others, to teach others as a physician and a scientist, and then as an astronaut to be able to do educational outreach and try and get kids as excited about space as I am. So it's really an honor to have a school named after me. I'm really looking forward to working with the school. All of our children have gone to school in Halton District in Oakville. It's a tremendous school board, and the resources that have been provided for teachers, they're just so fantastic at doing the great job they do in motivating and educating our kids. So I'm just thrilled to be part of the whole process. When I was growing up, there was a lot of passion for science and engineering. And now with both genders, engineering, science, all of these exciting things, they're not specific to one gender or another. It's something that we can all aspire to. And I'm really thrilled to have family members who are commercial pilots and studying advanced neuroscience and things. So that's really, really exciting. My wife and my daughter are both doing that. And I think that's something that we can all aspire to. But more importantly, I talk about this in my second book, Go for Liftoff, Train Like an Astronaut. It's a lifetime love of learning that makes a difference. And that, I think, is one of the exciting things for kids to understand, is pursuing their passion, their curiosity, and following that dream wherever that might take them. Don't let other people define your dream for you. Go for it, and you never know how it's going to work out. I'm looking forward to being able to drop by and visit the school in person, and to be able to have a bit of a relationship, if the school and the school board would like that, where I can be a resource. So certainly I'll be providing copies of my books for the library and things like that, and posters that could be put up in the classroom. But I think it's whatever the school board is comfortable with, whatever the principal and the teachers are comfortable with. But I'm always there as a resource for kids, because when I was a kid, I was blessed to have some incredible teachers. And I still remember my grade 6 science teacher, Mr. Gord, who stimulated my passion for science and learning. And that basically enabled me to go to university and get the skills I needed to become an astronaut. So it's all about shaping that future generation of Canadians.
4 local Rotary clubs have joined forces to create the Oakville Rotary Relief Fund. This fund will address pressing needs within our community caused by COVID-19. The 4 clubs, Oakville, Oakville Trafalgar, Oakville West, and Passport clubs, will generously match all donations to the relief fund with a 3-for-1 matching up to $30,000. In other words, if the community raises $10,000, the clubs will spend $40,000 on those who need it over the coming weeks. For more information or to donate and get a tax receipt, please visit rotaryoakville.org. We have our 5-day weather forecast for the Halton region coming up. Plus, we'll check in with the Burlington Food Bank and a look to how we can all celebrate Earth Day this week. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Halton News. It's National Volunteer Week, and that has us missing our valued Your TV volunteers more than ever. We really look forward to having them back. The Burlington Food Bank is also incredibly grateful for their volunteers who were extremely busy this morning sorting out tons of donations. Robin Bailey with more.
Hi, this is Robin Bailey, the Executive Director at the Burlington Food Bank, and we just wanted to do a few great news things that happened to us over the weekend. The first one was Leggett Auto Group donated their parts van for us to use over the next few weeks anyways. We'll see how it goes to be able to do extra pickups or deliveries as sort of is needed. Also, the Burlington Old Timers Hockey Club, just an amazing group of supporting guys over years of support, along with the Bowser Babes. And just recently they decided, with a lot of their refunds, they decided to donate a lot of their money towards the Carpenter Hospice and ourselves. And so I know that they've supported Carpenter for a long time, as well as ourselves, and we're just so thankful for such a great organization, a great group of men, and the women that put together Bowser. And finally, an incredible food drive from some Ward 2 residents and those just outside of it who decided to help us out. A little bit over 4,400 pounds of food, as well as some cash. Just an amazing support for us. We got a lot of volunteers that are excited about sorting, but also having to make sure that food sort of quarantines for a little bit before we can use it. Again, thank you all so much, and I look forward to updating you tomorrow with some other news.
If you're in need or know someone who could use the help of the Burlington Food Bank, you can email info@burlingtonfoodbank.ca or call 905-637-2273 to make arrangements, and they will drop food off at your door. Taking a look now at our local weather forecast. It was beautiful out there today, but tomorrow we're looking at a chance of snow flurries. That cloud cover will roll in, and we're only expecting a high of 3 degrees. Back to full sunshine Wednesday, a high of 7 degrees, and then cloud cover Thursday. We're going back and forth here because those clouds will clear again on Friday for full sun. And then looking into the weekend, that's a 60% chance of rain showers, but the warmest day of the week at 11 degrees. Mike Tarantino, who recently was the vice president of the Oakville Blades, has now found a new position with another OJHL team. Your TV sports commentator Al Galloway caught up with Mike via Skype for an update on his new role.
Thanks very much. And joining us now at the desk is Mike Tarantino, who has been with the Oakville Blades for the past several years, most recently as vice president, prior to that as the head coach. And Mike, congratulations on the new role in Collingwood with the newly minted Collingwood Blues, formerly the Collingwood. So what made Collingwood your preferred landing spot?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, this all kind of happened pretty fast. I guess that's how it works in sports. But I was kind of content coming back, and then I got a call on last Friday with this offer to kind of take over the hockey organization there, the hockey side of things, I should say. Spoke with my wife and did a lot of research on the staff and on the organization as a whole. From a hockey side of things, obviously they did a great job their first year, but more so from a business side and a community side. That was the part that really impressed me. They averaged 750 fans, which was tops in the league. They're tied into the community and really in business and every aspect of that. The players are get involved in the community. And it's really almost has that small town feel. Most people, I don't expect anybody to know this, but my wife and I used to go up to Collingwood quite often. It's actually where we got engaged there. So I have friends and some family close to the area there. So there was a connection. And being the GM, it allows me to stay at home here, scout locally and around the GTA. And then on a Friday night when their home nights are after work, to drive up there and watch the game, stay over, either come back Saturday, bring the family up, make a weekend of it. So it's a nice work balance work balance trade-off there. And, allows me to do what I enjoy doing and being involved in running a hockey team.
You had a lot of success, as we've been talking throughout this interview. You've won both Buckland Cups and Dudley Hewitt Cups. Something of a highlight that stands out in your mind from the Buckland Cup and the Dudley Hewitt Cup?
Well, obviously, last year's team, or I shouldn't say last year's, the 2018-2019 team that I coached, that was a special year. Obviously, with the record we put up, which I'm pretty sure was a franchise record, and then going through the playoffs and winning the Buckland, and then going up north to Cochrane there in a small town, and it was pretty. I don't know what the word would you use here. Rambunctious, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, but it was hostile. Hostile is the word I'm looking for. We're a hostile territory in terms of the North not wanting us to come up there and beat them in their backyard, in their home rink. That was a lot of fun. And then moving on to the Nationals. I mean, we basically finished third in Canada that year, and we lost 2-1 to Prince George, a good Prince George team in the semis, where we outshot them 18-6 in the third period. And just, as much as we had chances, they had a goalie who was drafted NHL, and it's a bounce, right? You win that game, you end up playing Brooks, who I thought we would give a good run to, and it would have been special there. But again, overall that season, it wasn't special for me, but also for those players in the organization, because it sets a new goal for the next coach here and the next team to strive to beat here.
Thanks very much for doing this. Best of luck, as we said, and let's send it back now to the desk.
In business news, the Canadian dollar weakened against the U.S. greenback as the price of U.S. crude oil slumped to a record low. Market watchers say a drop in demand and rising stockpiles during the economic lockdown explain this decrease in the oil's value. Here's a look now at how local companies performed on the markets today. We do need to take a short break now. We'll be right back. Stay with us. It's National Volunteer Week, and here at Your TV, volunteers are central to our productions. With COVID-19, we've had to adapt to keep everyone safe, but we truly miss all of our volunteers, and their talents are missed as well. We will be recognizing our volunteers individually each day, starting with Tina Mcewan. Tina has been volunteering with Your TV Halton since December 2018. She really misses being in the production studio and being part of the team that brings productions to air. She misses working with Your TV producer Joey Riccatoni and the other volunteers as well. She enjoys working on audio, graphics, switching and reporting, and has worked on Halton News, The Issue, Auto Experts, The Santa Show, and has also helped out on location in our mobile truck. Tina, we miss you too, and we look forward to having you back as soon as it's safe to do so. Thank you for all that you do. It's International Earth Week, and this Wednesday marks a milestone Earth Day. I spoke with Lisa Kohler earlier today from Halton Environmental Network to discuss how we can recognize Earth Day this year.
This year, it's the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Gaylord Nelson, a senator in the United States, named the first Earth Day back in 1970, and it's a huge day for our planet and our community to come together.
So Earth Day will have to be celebrated differently this year. What are the plans going on this week?
So super excited to announce that we're doing a virtual Earth Day. So we can stay safe and stay home, but we can still be engaged in lots of different actions that we can do around the home. We have a couple different products that we're propelling here at Hen. The first one's really fresh and fun. It's the Hen Bingo Card. So you can go to our website, you can download the card, go to our Facebook page, you can check out the card, and there's actions for you and your family that you can do around your home to make sure that you are supporting the planet on this special holiday.
What kind of activities does it have?
So Jessica, there's so many things that you can do with the Hen Bingo Card, everything from watering your plants inside, reading a good environmental book, having a meatless meal, watching an environmental documentary, repurposing an item, checking out our amateur film festival online, or starting to think about a garden and plotting and planning your garden in your own space.
So it sounds like there's a lot of things on there for the whole family to keep busy, and people are looking for things to do, so might as well do things that are a benefit to the planet, especially during Earth Week.
Absolutely. And we also have a couple other exciting initiatives going on. We have a Netflix screening party happening on Earth Day at 8 p.m. So that's this Wednesday at 8 p.m. through Netflix. We're working with the Halton Hills Eco Film Festival as well to show the movie Big Little Farm. And we hope this is a great documentary for the whole family to get involved and watch this great family and their farming techniques.
So the idea is for everyone to watch at the same time?
Absolutely. So if you go to our Facebook page, you can log in, there's a link, and when the movie is actually on screen, you can chat with other members in your community about what you're seeing and maybe have some questions. We'll have some Hen team members on as well that can hopefully answering some garden questions.
That's great. So it creates that sense of community as well because we're physically distancing, not socially distancing.
100%. And just to even drive that a little bit further, we have the webinar at 1 p.m. on Earth Day again, so Wednesday at 1 p.m. With the Town of Oakville Climate Action Group, Hen, Halton Food, Greening Sacred Spaces. Whole bunch of people are coming together on that call to say we make Earth Day every day, and here are our top 3 actions that we do in our homes to make sure that we are supporting our planet. So again, it's a collective call. Community can all come together. We can all share what we're doing as a community to make every day Earth Day.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back with another edition of Halton News tomorrow night at 5:30. In the meantime, you can follow us on social media at YourTVHalton.